Okay, so today's our next topic that is melting point and some point relating to the melting points. What is melting point? Melting point means that the point of the state which change their state. For example, I'm having solid material and that change into the liquid. We are melting that. After that, it is coming into the liquid state. So the melting point of solid will be having melting point through which they change into the liquid. If we are melting the liquid, how we will melt the liquid? Yeah, that's the thing. But if we boil the liquid, that will change their state and convert to the gaseous form. So the melting point is always is of the, you can say that, solid. Okay, so the solid is changed into the liquid, that is called the fusion or melting point. Okay, so there are many characteristics. For example, I'm having a, you can say that, the if there is a liquid, okay, and that change in the gaseous or vapors form, but the 1 mole is changed, 1 mole. So we can say that this is called the molar heat of vaporization, which means that 1 mole of liquid is converted into the gaseous or in the vapors. So this is called molar heat of vaporization. Next we are having that if there is a solid and it's changed into the gas in the gaseous state, not into the liquid, directly into the gaseous form. So this is called the sublimation process. Sublimation process that directly the solid is jumped into the gas without any kind of a liquid state. So this is called sublimation. If there is 1 mole, okay, the heat is there. Okay, so we can say that this is called the molar heat of sublimation. You can take the example of the crystal. Okay, the iodine crystal, the ammonium chloride, you can take the example. You can take the example of naphthalene. So they are like having they are having less, what is like, why they are like converting into the gaseous form? Just because they are having less cohesive covalent force, which means that, as you guys all know, the cohesive force is in the molecule. So in the molecule of this, they are having less cohesive force. That's why they are directly converting into the gaseous form. if we talk about the if we talk about the stronger cohesive force, okay, ionic cohesive force, that is stronger. But if we talk about covalent, so that is weaker. If we talk about if the solid is changed into liquid, just because they are having ionic cohesive force but stronger, but they are having weaker, so that's why they are converting into the gaseous directly without the, you can say that, liquid state. Okay, so this was about some points about the melting point, as well as I'm also having a one more characteristics of the melting point, that is that solid is changed into the liquid, that is called fusion. Okay, but if there is the change in heat, okay, if there is 1 mole, so we can say that this is the molar heat of fusion. Okay, you can take the example of the ice which change into the water. Okay, we are having another example, that is the vaporization, which means that the liquid change into the gaseous form. So that is called vaporization. So we can say that this is called the molar heat of vaporization. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you guys is that if this hydrogen is in the diatomic form, diatomic form, and it is like break into the atom. Okay, nascent atom. Okay, so the converting diatomic form into the atomic form, which means that the heat that is required to change this molecular substance to the atomic substance, the heat that is required, that is called the atomization. That change molecular substance into the atomic substance, the heat that is called the atomization, or the process is called the atomization. Example, we are having hydrogen, chloride. So which will atomize like faster? So if we talk about chloride, so there will be having heat of atomization less, just because they will break easily. If we talk about this, so this will be having more heat of atomization, just because they are having, like you can say that they are having less bond length, so there will be more heat of atomization will be required. If we talk about this, so they are having less bond length, so means they want less atomization, which means it will break fast. Okay, so this was about today's topic, that was little bit introduction and some points about the melting point. In the next video we will discuss about the last topic of this chapter, of the liquid state chapter. The liquid crystal will be the last topic of this chapter, so that we will be discussing in the next video.